walk me through this deal and just bring me up to speed on exactly where it is now.
Yeah, so I ended up going through a kind of a JV venture, if you will. When you connect with a connector to who has like another buyer.
Yeah.
So I ended up going that route, but it ended up working out really well because I didn't have to negotiate or break down my profit. And in fact, I ended up inquiring 3,000 more than my asking price. So that was really good. And then so we ended up working that out and we're set to close on that for the 6th. Stuff there. The only other thing I'd have to do now, and I had a question about, was the amendment that I had the seller sign was set for the 30th. I would definitely have to have an amendment, at least another amendment at this point that would have to go until the 6th.
Yeah, I would just have her re-sign for the 6th. Just say, hey, we're locked and loaded for the 6th. Sorry for making you sign these, but you got to make sure the contract is still, good so that we can make it to the closing date, which is now the 6th. How much are you making on this wholesale deal?
On this one, I'm set to make 13,000. So the seller is receiving 120,000, and then the buyer is coming in at 133. My asking was 130, but I ended up getting two different offers by making the numbers good. And so I ended up getting a couple of offers. People were okay with the 130, either by creative finance strategy or coming in with the full 130, either cash or through hard money lending. And when they were, I had two offers specifically come in at 130, and I used that as leverage to say, hey, both of you guys are coming in at 130. Can we go here? And then I ended up being met at 133 for a 13K wholesale fee.
Amazing. And so you were making $13,000 wholesale fee.
Mm-hmm.
Your investment into the program was $6,000. So you've more than doubled your investment into the program. Do you mind sharing what your investment into your marketing was? Do you remember how much you ended up spending on pulling a list from PropStream and sending texts?
It wasn't very expensive. Maybe not even 1,000. That sounds about right. Though if I had to give you a number, maybe right at 1,000. And you pull a list for 12 cents per contact, skip tracing off of PropStream.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling lists. I think the biggest list that I pulled was about 5,000. So 12 cents per 5,000 per person at 5,000 people. And then you drop that into Go High Level. Go High Level charges $97 a month. That's
probably all in with, if you're taking like PropStream monthly, high level monthly, probably all in.
Oh yeah, PropStream
right?
monthly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
right.
$2,000 investment into marketing that you can now continue to do on your own. But even if you take $6,000 that you paid us, $2,000 in your marketing, and you made $13,000, that's a profit of $5,000. If you take $5,000, right, your profit, your all-in cost, which is $8,000, that's a 62.5 return on investment in a half a year, 6 months. So if you were to annualize that, right, because you still have a whole nother 6 months to get a true annual return on investment, if you annualize that by just simply doubling it, right, you're talking about 125, 125% return on your investment.
For the next over the next 6 months.
Annualized. So if you annualize your 62.5% return on investment into the program and into your marketing, that would equate to 125% return on investment on the year. And that's not including though the compound interest of you still have the old list, you still have the old leads. Now you have these buyers, right, that you have already engaged with. And even if they weren't able to close, now they're looking at you as someone who brings actual deals. This is where it begins to snowball your revenue, which is kind of going to be the next steps for you of just
think so?
Yeah, 1,000%. The first deal is the hardest deal. Any investor will tell you that. The first deal is the hardest deal. So, for you, it's about continuing to invest into your business to just make additional money, right? So if you can double your money, because mind you, you don't have like $6,000, you don't ever have to pay that again. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like you're gonna have more capital to invest, right? You're gonna be able to pay yourself back your 6,000, pay yourself back your 2. You're gonna then have 5. You can run a whole nother campaign and do everything you already did, invest in additional coaching or whatever, and make more though, right? Because your investment is going to be compounding from what you already made. It's all profit, right? That $5,000 is profit. So that's all business is. Creating a system that allows you to print money. Do you feel like you have a system that can print you money with some work?
And within Go High Level, absolutely.
Yeah. Between prop stream and go high level. I mean, it's a very simple.
Yeah, it's a very simple system, and it's great.
You know, we try to make it hard for you to fail. The only way you would have failed in our partner program is if you did what? You would have to quit. You would have to literally ignore
Imagine.
it in the team. That's how the program is designed. It's just to give you as much as possible so you have no excuse to fail. Because wholesaling, I know it didn't feel like this in the beginning, but now in hindsight, wholesaling is pretty easy.
It's not difficult. It's not, I'm holding on to what you're saying, that this was the hardest one. So, and
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that before. Like, this isn't the hardest one, but it wasn't, it wasn't easy, but
I mean, it's
it's,
$13,000. Give me another way you can make $13,000 doing
yeah,
something you've never done before.
it's really hard. I imagine.
You know what I mean? Like it would
Hmm.
take a lot of people years. I
Yeah,
didn't close my first deal for you closed your first deal faster than I closed mine.
I
Just
had
be,
to.
yeah, you know what I mean? But also because you just invested in a mentor. I should have been invested in a mentor. It took me a year and a half to close a deal. I closed one, I made some money, I invested in a mentor, and that's who taught me the text message marketing. And I closed 2 deals in the first 60 days.
That makes sense.
So like mentorship and coaching and consulting works. That's why it exists. You get to learn from somebody who's already doing it. So for you, congratulations on not only learning, but now you're able to walk away with an actual business that you can pour into and grow. Did you do any cold calling?
I cold called a few. Hmm.
Did you cold call the 5,000 people?
Not 5,000.
You know what I
No, I
mean?
didn't
So that's
cold
one
call.
thing you can implement is a
Mhm.
cold call system daily. Go High Level has it
Okay.
built in. You can hire a virtual assistant to do it. You can hire a real estate agent to do it, and y'all split commissions or whatever, or you can do it yourself. So
Okay.
imagine text automations are going, but also cold calling. Because think about how many landlines you didn't, you know what I mean? That a text won't
Hmm.
go through because it's a landline. Did you send any postcard campaigns?
Yes, at first. That was the first thing I did, was send out postcards.
I think you sent it to a list of what, 40 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine now with your investment, if you invest in sending a postcard to those same 5,000 people. So now they're getting a text, a voicemail, phone
And a
call, and a postcard. You now become an authority in the area. You become omnipresent. Facebook
okay.
ads, that's another one. You can run Facebook ads to that zip code, right? Now you can reach a large amount of people for, again, cent, pennies on the dollar, right? You can drive people right to the intake form. If you're interested in selling your house, fill out the form below and I'll call you with a free quote. Right? These are
Mhm.
all new things that you can invest in from a marketing perspective with the capital that you're making and any additional capital you make moving forward. Some people scale their whole business based on joint venturing. Hey, I'm just going to be the property finder, you're going to be the buyer finder, and we're going to partner on everything we do. Like people do that. It's your business. You can structure it however you want. I'm happy that you
Yeah.
were able to receive a return on your investment, not only into the program, but also into your marketing. I'm happy that
Mhm.
you're able to get entrepreneurial experience and leave here with an actual tangible business.
Yeah. Thank
And I'm
you.
happy that you were able to actually get the experience of a real estate transaction under your belt. It's a lot of anxiety, that first one. The second one gonna be real regular. Okay, like this, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
So with
Hmm.
that said, if you look at the national average wholesale fee, which is $10,000, a little less than what you made, you should easily be able to close a deal every 60 days. Over the next year, you should anticipate, well, over the next 6 months, rather, just to make it a total year, you should anticipate closing 3 more deals along with this one. So if you can close 4 deals in your first year at an average of 10,000 a pop, it's an extra $40,000. Now, it also depends on how much you invest in your marketing. We recommend spending or pulling a list, marketing to a list of 5,000 every 3 months.
Hmm.
That would be 10,000 more people you're contacting for the remainder of the year. If you
Okay.
did that, each list, a list of 5,000, you should close 4 deals each list. So even from the last list you pulled, you should close 3 more deals.